She back got me.
The NFL playoffs are here, and this matchup on Wild Card Weekend is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Raiders coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Tonight, it's the AFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Brooklyn Barons and the Las Vegas Raiders. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. Intensity level will be off the charts.
It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, Zach Wilson.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing. And now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll run again with Hunt. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Now Wilson. He's got a man complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone. This time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. On 2nd and 9, Wilson flush to his right. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
That's multiple times now he's tagged them with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
They run right side with Hunt. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you, the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He'll find a man over the middle, Tutu Atwell. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Wilson now to throw on third down. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Here's Wilson. And this one hauled in. Again, it's Hooper. Touchdown! Austin Hooper. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Barons will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So now it's the Raiders' turn to go on offense for the first time. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against the secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
Now Cutler on first down. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
On third down, Cutler. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive. Well, able to get the completion, but unfortunately not able to get the third down conversion there on that play.
And I like how the defense approached that one. They knew where the first down marker was, and they decide whatever you want to have, you can. You're just not going to get the first down. Excellent tackling right there.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And his throw here is going to be incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Now it's Cutler. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up two.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now they'll look to throw it with Cutler. It's caught here by Adams. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Counter play with Jacobs. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now
2nd down, Jacobs once more. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Play action. It's Wilson. Out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Wilson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A give right side now to Hunt. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. From the 41, Wilson. He's got Hooper on the short connection. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up the 3rd down. Now Wilson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Cutler. Oh, he brings it in off the deflection. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14.
Man, that's just not right. You throw it over the middle into all that coverage, and the tip ball goes your way.
Dangerous, but hey, I guess the outcome worked, right?
Oh, boy, did it ever. And, boy, that's the type of play that can give a team a lot of momentum.
On 1st and 10, it's Cutler. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas 1st down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Here's Cutler. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Now Cutler to throw on 2nd down. And that's complete to Adams. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Cutler. And incomplete on the deep ball. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. To throw again is Cutler. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Cutler looking to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. The kick by Elliott is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
This taken in at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. To the 43, second down. They'll run with Hunt on second down. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. In search of 40 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on third down, Wilson. Open man is Atwell, complete. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before. And on now is the punter as he's on to kick it away. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
It's second and inches at their 49-yard line.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. To throw, Cutler. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now Cutler. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Brings up 3rd down.
Cutler now off the bootleg. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, it's Cutler. The open man here, Renfro. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Second down, Jacobs once more. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. 3rd and 2. Now Cutler. Caught on the right side by Adams. And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree. One thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. Here's Cutler to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's got it. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
2nd and goal from the 1. Jacobs is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal. Now it's Cutler. Touchdown Raiders! From 3 yards out, and the Raiders have moved out in front.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet, or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
That works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll make this a 6-point game. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
He had over 100 catches in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of this wild card game. A nice grab there for a guy coming off a terrific season, one that saw him have over 100 catches.
And when you have that many catches, that means you're a full part of the offense. And let's face it, he's been as good as anyone in the NFL this year. So it figures he's going to play a big role in whether his team can advance in the playoffs.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Wilson. And the Raiders have got him. Carlos Basham in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long third down. Now Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. That front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
They bring their punter out there now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Out is their quarterback with his offense to take over once more. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10. Cutler will throw. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. On the delay, here's Hunt. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 43 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Zach Wilson, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Barons have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled, and wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was Zach Wilson who took it in himself on the touchdown run to cap it off. Taking it about the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and... Now Cutler in trouble. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
The extra point attempt to come here. And with that, the lead is up to 8. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken in at the 3. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Raiders heading out to take over. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Returnable here from the 38. That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. With the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Gain of 7. 1st down, Aaron.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. On 2nd and 10. Wilson, they'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Throwing again here, Wilson. Another completion here to Hunt. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Now a timeout signal for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
So a capper there to a pretty good 1st half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the 1st half of play. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach?
Okay, BG, thanks very much. The playoffs are underway. What a weekend this is going to be. Super wildcard weekend. This, the first of 6 games set to be played. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's remind everybody what's coming up tomorrow in the AFC. We've got the 3-6 game, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars doing battle with the Baltimore Ravens. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for our visitors in the first half. And even though they've got the big cushion, I would imagine they'd like to see a little more out of their passing game. Pretty pedestrian numbers through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to get a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Takes it to about the 37. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Now it's Cutler. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. No question that they're going to continue to look his way. 6 catches in the first half and now 7 on the game.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he'll get it down here to the 43. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
A 60-yard attempt.
And he missed it. It's no good. And they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Well, they tried the field goal from just inside of 70 yards. It missed, and now this offense set up nicely at midfield. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. Chad Muma brings him down on that one defensively. On 2nd down, right back to Hunt. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 54 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Again, he finds Moore. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. So out come the Raiders. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
2nd and 10 now. It's Cutler. Caught out right by Renfro. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
To throw, Cutler. He will find Davis on the left side, complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 32-yard line.
Now Cutler. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. That may get 15 more on top of this. So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They go play action with Cutler. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he's going to get this down near the 25. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
69 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
That's quickly to Atwell on the slant. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Right back to Atwell. That's complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Hunt will try going up the middle. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Raiders pick it up. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. We had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that because now the nerves starting to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs and say, roads closed.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Cutler. Quick slant into the hands of Darren Waller.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
Out of the gun, it's Cutler. Delivering another one here to Darren Waller. He's got it again. 8th catch for him. He's been a big factor. That's a first down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive there. He hits the reliable target. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the shotgun, Cutler. Slant to Adams. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Throwing here, Cutler. And it's knocked away and incomplete. 3rd quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. It's It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Now Cutler looking to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Throwing now, Cutler on first down. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Jacobs, and that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
A gain of 3. Brings up 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Here's Cutler to throw. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. 3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Now Cutler. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin, 4th quarter, you're going. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this 4th quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 76 yards rushing for him now to this point. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
It's a gain of 6.
Throwing is Wilson.
First down.
And he rifles one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now Wilson. And finding the tight end Hooper. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. This is Hunt on the draw play. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So they bring out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. Now it's Cutler. They will find Davis. That's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 20.
Now it's Cutler. And that's complete to Adams.
A gain of 4 yards.
Now Cutler on 1st down. And his pass incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Now Cutler. Lets this go for Renfro downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down.
Again, it's Cutler. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Intercepted. They'll take over 1st and 10.
A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10 now, Wilson. That one is caught by Hunt. And they'll get this down to 10. It's a 10-yard gain to set up 1st and goal.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
A gain of 7 that time, 2nd goal. Hunt. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's Wilson. Rolling to his left. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down. Sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle, because where it goes, that's where you find his body, and he's able to get in there and make a great play.
And the next-gen stats show us the top speed there, better than 18 miles an hour. And his kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And now here come the Raiders. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
3 yards.
From the gun, it's Cutler. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams.
Complete to Devontae Adams. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Taken down at the 41. A 2-yard pickup.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
It's a gain of 2.
Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Cutler. Pass caught, it's Davis on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? On 1st and 10, it's Cutler. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Cutler. And it's complete to Adams. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Running is Jacobs, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Now Cutler. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Here's Cutler. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
The pass complete to number 1. He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
There we go. It's Cutler on 4th down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. After the interception, here's Wilson. He's got Hooper on the out route. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 12 yards as they get to reset the sticks. You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression battle.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
On 1st down, they go right back to Hunt. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. A carry here for Hunt. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Game in hand, the offense takes the knee. 14-yard line, 2nd and 11. Now a handoff. Hunt's going to run left. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
He was brought to you by Chuck Miller. It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, one win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.